Today, we're diving into a book that's over 100 years old, but honestly, its main idea feels so revolutionary it could have been written yesterday. It's all about a power that you already have right now, but you might not be fully using: the incredible, world-shaping power of your own mind. So let me ask you this. Ever have one of those days, or maybe even a whole week, where you feel like a pinball? You're just bouncing from one event to the next, reacting to everything. You feel like circumstance is in the driver's seat, and you're just along for the ride. You know, most of us are kind of taught to believe that we're creatures of circumstance, that our environment, where we grew up, our external conditions, that this stuff makes us who we are. But James Allen comes along and just completely flips that idea on its head. He says your environment isn't a prison, it's a mirror. It's just reflecting what's already going on inside you. And this right here, this is the key that unlocks everything. Allen says this one single phrase explains the entire human experience, not just your personality, but every single condition and circumstance in your life. I mean, think about how wild that is. You are, quite literally, what you think. Okay, so how do you even wrap your head around such a massive idea? Well, Allen gives us this brilliant, really practical metaphor to work with. He wants you to think of your mind as a garden. So the core idea is this. Your mind, just like a plot of land, is always going to produce something. It can't just be empty. So the real question isn't if it's going to grow something, but what it's going to grow. You can either be the one to intelligently cultivate it, or you can just let it run wild. And you can see exactly where this leads, right? Two totally different outcomes. If you just neglect your mental garden, all these useless weed seeds, thoughts of fear, doubt, impurity, they're going to land there and just take over, creating total chaos. But if you're smart about it, if you cultivate it and plant useful seeds, thoughts of courage, purpose, clarity, you're going to harvest beautiful flowers and fruits. You'll create order and beauty in your life. This makes the whole thing super practical. It's really a two-step job. First, you've got to be a vigilant gardener. You have to get in there and pull out the weeds, all those negative, useless thoughts. And then, second, you have to actively plant and nurture the flowers, the positive, useful thoughts you actually want to see grow in their place. When you do this, day in and day out, something profound starts to happen. You stop being this passive victim of your own mind, and you actually become its master, the master gardener of your soul, the director of your own life. That sounds great, but how does pulling weeds in your head actually change the world outside of it? Well, that leads us right into the next crucial piece of the puzzle, the mechanism. Allen lays out this super clear chain of creation that shows exactly how our inner world actually builds our outer reality. I mean, it seems like a huge leap, doesn't it? How does a fleeting, invisible thought floating around in your head become a solid, real-world situation that you have to deal with? How does the invisible become visible? Here's the first link in the chain. Allen says no thought can ever really be kept a secret. Why? Because if you hold on to a thought long enough, it starts to take shape. It starts to solidify. It literally crystallizes into a habit, a repeatable action, a default way you show up in the world. And from there, it's just one final step. Your habits, the things you do over and over again, day after day, they inevitably start to shape your reality. They solidify into the very circumstances of your life, your health, your job, your relationships. That pattern you've built becomes your prison or your palace. So let's just map it out, nice and simple. A thought is the seed you plant in your mind. That seed, if you water it, takes roots and blossoms into an action or a habit. And that action, well, it inevitably bears its own fruit. And that fruit, that's your circumstance. Good seeds, good fruit. Bad seeds, bad fruit. It's a natural law. And Allen gets incredibly specific about this. This isn't just vague, positive thinking. Look at how he breaks it down. He shows how thoughts of fear and doubt directly lead to habits of weakness and indecision, which then solidify into real-world circumstances of failure and dependence. But on the flip side, thoughts of courage and self-reliance, they build what he calls manly habits, which create circumstances of success and freedom. It's a direct, predictable path from A to B to C. So here's the big takeaway. Your life circumstances aren't making you who you are. They're just a feedback loop. They are revealing to you the kind of thoughts you've been planting and watering all along. Your outside world is basically a report card for your inner world. Okay, but just weeding out bad thoughts. That's kind of a defensive game, right? It's maintenance. To truly build a new reality, you have to go on offense. And that means you have to link your thoughts to a purpose. Think about it. If you don't have a central driving goal, purpose, Your mind is just going to drift, and a drifting mind is a vulnerable mind. It becomes easy prey for all those little worries, fears, and anxieties that we're trying so hard to weed out in the first place. Purpose is the anchor that holds you steady. And listen, Alan does not pull any punches about what's at stake here. He actually calls aimlessness a vice. He describes it as letting the little boat of your thought just drift aimlessly on the ocean of life. And he's very clear. That drifting doesn't lead to some peaceful, calm shore. It leads to catastrophe and destruction. But when you do the opposite, when you take your thought and you ally it fearlessly with a clear purpose, something incredible happens. It stops being a drifting boat and it becomes a creative force, powerful enough to actually shape reality. And that right there is the real game changer. It's the move from being a passenger who's just wishing for a different destination to becoming the architect and the builder of your own life. You're the one drawing up the blueprints and laying every single brick yourself. Okay, so let's bring this all home with the final, most empowering reframe of all. If you are the gardener and you are the architect, then you're the one holding all the cards. Just listen to this. This is maybe one of the most powerful ideas in the whole book. The vision you glorify in your mind, the ideal you enthrone in your heart, that's not just some nice daydream. Alan is saying that is the literal blueprint for your future. You will build your life by it and you will become it. And here's the final beautiful metaphor he leaves us with. Your world isn't some solid fixed thing. It's more like a kaleidoscope. And all those little pieces of colored glass inside, those are your thoughts. In every single moment, as your thoughts shift and move, the pattern that you see, your reality, changes right along with them. So the ultimate message of As a Man Thinketh is this: you are not a victim of your world. You are its creator. The power to shape, to mold, and to build your reality hasn't been out there somewhere waiting for you. It's been in your hands this entire time. So the only real question left is, what picture are you going to create?